Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Good
evening,
evening, ma'am.
children. Good evening. Remember, I said we'll be taking up a test on Heron's formula today. No answer? Okay, let me not call it a test. We shall see some familiar situations on Heron's formula today. Familiar situations. All right. Yeah, so work the fourth one, children. What you see on your screen, the fourth one on the screen. Find the area of an isosceles triangle. Find the area of an isosceles triangle with base x units and sides y units. See, the term base refers to something. So be careful. Find the area of an isosceles triangle with base x units and sides y units. So you have to find the area will be in terms of x and y, and you'll have to find the area using Heron's formula. Find the semi-perimeter and use Heron's formula to find the area. And area will definitely not be a numerical figure. It will be an expression in x and y. Yes. Start working. Draw an isosceles triangle. Mark the sides x, y. I don't know if there are going to be two x's and one y or two y's and one x. I don't know. You have to decide that. If the triangle has three sides, all the three are not x or y, that you know. So the doubt is if two sides are to be called x and the third one y, or two y's and one x. Please decide that correctly. And then it's simple. Find the semi-perimeter. Heron's formula area. 10 minutes time for this. So how many of you say 2x and 1y? Two sides x and one side y? Okay, two sides y and one side x.
Ma'am, two side x and two side y and one side x, ma'am.
Two side y and one side.
Two sides
Two side y and one side x.
one side x. How did you all come to that conclusion?
Ma'am, because base is x, ma'am. In an isosceles triangle, the sides will be equal, ma'am.
Okay, because the term base is the term base in an isosceles triangle does not refer to any of the equal sides. The term base in an isosceles triangle does not mean the equal sides. Base is that third side, which is not any of the equal sides. So there can be only one base because the remaining two sides are equal, which means the base is x, the third side is x, and the two equal sides are y each. Okay. I wanted to share that so that you don't go wrong in case you assume the other way. I didn't want you to waste time with that. So base is that side which is not equal to, which is that exclusive side. Two other sides are equal. So base is x and the two equal sides are y. Y, x. So what is a semi-perimeter? Children, what is the semi-perimeter of the triangle?
Ma'am, is it 2y by x by 2?
2y plus
2y.
x by 2. Yes, can that be simplified further?
No, ma'am.
No, it cannot be simplified. Right, it cannot be simplified further. X plus 2y by 2 or 2y because x plus y by 2. X plus 2y by 2, which cannot be simplified any further. Then the formula to find the area, square root of, right, the expression for x, s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. Let me just unshare my screen. Yes, sir. One of you read the first step. I've unshared my screen. You cannot see it now. I'm just looking into the answer. Yes, sir. One of you read the first line. Area of triangle. If you've called it ABC, then area of triangle ABC is equal to square root of. Please read out the substitution. One of you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
is it 2y plus x by 2, the bracket 2y plus x by 2 minus y,
Very
2y
good.
plus x by 2 minus y, 2y plus x by 2 minus x, ma'am.
Thank you, Hitesh. Thank you. Very good. You are right. You want to read out the next
Thank you,
step,
ma'am.
Hitesh?
Yes, ma'am. Can I
Yeah.
read out, ma'am?
Yeah, please.
2y plus x by 2 into y plus x by 2, y plus x by 2 into 2y by 2, ma'am.
I think you've gone wrong. What does x plus 2y by 2 minus y simplify to?
Ma'am?
After s, after s, you've written s minus, you've written x plus 2y by 2 minus y, right? X
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
2y by 2 minus y. How did you simplify that? Did you take up the common denominator?
Ma'am, I can't understand your question, ma'am.
Okay. What is s minus a, Hitesh? In your book, what is s minus a?
2y plus x by 2 minus y, ma'am.
2y plus x, the whole upon 2, right?
Ma'am?
2y plus x, the whole upon 2, right? The entire thing divided by 2, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Minus?
Y, ma'am.
Minus y. Okay, now that particular thing, when you take the LCM, what is the next step?
Ma'am?
No, there when you take up the LCM, what did you get in the next step?
I didn't. Oh, okay, ma'am. I'll correct my and I'll say you, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am.
Yeah.
I got 1 second, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. That second step, somebody tell me. When you take up the LCM, you need to take up the LCM.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, if you take up the LCM, the answer is x by 2, ma'am.
Read out everything. Yes, x by 2, but read out everything.
Root 2y by 2y plus x by 2 into x by 2 into x by 2
Very
into
good. Yeah.
2y minus x by 2.
Perfect. Yes, till there you're right. Till there you're correct.
Ma'am,
I want
can
you
I
all to get it right at the first 3 steps. After applying the formula, the first 3 steps at least you must get it right because it's completely algebraic. It's just about taking the LCM and simplifying. Hitesh, you got it?
Yes, ma'am. Can I read out now?
Yeah, tell me.
2y plus x by 2 into x by 2 into x by 2 into 2y minus x by 2, ma'am. Is it right?
Perfect. Perfect. Yes, Hitesh, you're right.
Yes, ma'am. Once I'll simplify that and I'll say you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Children, till there it is really simple. First 3 steps. After that, you check if any factor occurs in pairs. If there are 2 2's, you can bring one out. 2 x terms, one out, like that. That will be the next step. We are trying to get rid of we are trying to bring some terms, some factors out of the square root. Yes, how many x under the square root?
Ma'am.
Do we have 2x? X and x into x under the square root, so 1 comes out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
How
ma'am.
many?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, how many
Yes,
2's?
ma'am.
How many 2's do we have?
4 2, ma'am.
4
2's.
2's, ma'am.
Yeah, so 2 2's will come out. And they'll be in the
Yes.
denominator, not in the numerator. In the denominator. The x will, you should write the x in the numerator and the 2's in the denominator. Because there are 4 2's in the denominator. Yeah, there are 4 2's in the denominator. Then what remains under the square root?
2y plus x and 2y minus 6, ma'am.
Yeah, it is of the form
Ma'am,
A plus B into A minus B, ma'am.
exactly.
you can use
A plus B
identity,
into A
ma'am.
minus B. Very good. So the result is A square minus B square. That's it. It cannot be further simplified.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Yeah. A plus B into A minus B is A squared minus B squared. Now read out that last step for me. That is the area. That is the expression which gives the area of the isosceles triangle ABC with sides X, Y, and Y. What's the last step? Others, please participate. It looks like as if I'm just going ahead with the ones who are answering. No, I want all of you to participate. Tell me if you're not getting something. You also need to make a move, children.
Ma'am, the answer is 2xy minus x square by 4, ma'am.
2xy by no, some mistake while completing it. No. All right, now let me share my screen and show you the answer. Is my screen visible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I got.
Go through the steps, children. Where you don't understand, ask me.
Ma'am, I have also got the same answer.
Very good. Okay. This is the semi-perimeter. S into S minus A minus A, S minus B, S minus C. This comes as it is. Now here in these three brackets, we need to take up the common denominator 2. So x plus 2y minus 2x. Common denominator 2. Here x plus 2y minus 2y by 2. X plus 2y minus 2y by 2. After taking the LCM in these three brackets. That's how we get this step. 2y minus 2y. 2y minus 2y cancels out. So we have x plus 2y by 2. And this one is x minus 2x. X minus 2x is minus x. 2y minus x. See here, x minus 2x is minus x. So 2y minus x by 2. And here x by 2, x by 2. Now, there are two x's in the numerator. X into x. So 1x comes out of the square root. And there are 4 2's. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 4 2's in the denominator. So 2 of them come out, but make sure you write it in the denominator, not here with x. Okay, if there was nothing here, then you must write it as 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. Supposing there was nothing out here, meaning now there's an x. So we have a denominator. What if there was nothing here? So then this is like there's 2, 2, 2, 2. 4 2's. 2 2's will come out. So you must write it as 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. Because the 2's are in the denominator, so it will be 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. But now that there is an x here, of the 2 x's, 1x comes out. So you can write the 2 2's in the denominator here like this. Or you should write as 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into x. Then what remains under the square root? X plus 2y, which can be written as 2y plus x. 2y plus x. See, this is what remains. X plus 2y and 2y minus x. You can write this as 2y plus x. Instead of x plus 2y, you can write as 2y plus x and 2y minus x. 2y plus x, 2y minus x. A plus b into a minus b. A square minus b square. 2y the whole square. 4y square minus x square. Identity. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So area of triangle, area of the isosceles triangle is x by 4. What is x? Base. Base by 4 into square root of 4y square. 4 into equal side square. Y is the one of the equal sides. So 4 into equal side square minus base square. Base by 4. X is the base. Base by 4. Base by 4. Or you can just remember like this, x by 4 into root of 4y square minus x square. Remember that x is the base and y is the equal side. That's all. 2y plus x into 2y minus x. Remember this, 2y plus x into 2y minus x. So under the square root, you will have root of 4y square minus x square. A square minus b square. 4y square minus x square. X by 4. X by 4 into square root of 4y square minus x square, where x is the base and y is the equal side, is one of the equal sides. So if you remember this, the advantage is when you're answering an objective question, it's easy. You can just substitute the values in this formula and I think get the answer a little faster. I think. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me say it's an alternative method. Okay. Let me say it's an alternate method. So you can find the area using Heron's formula, or if you remember this formula, you can use this straight away to find the area of the isosceles triangle, where x is the base and y is one of the equal sides. X by 4 into square root of 4y square minus x square units. So please ask me your doubts, children. Somewhere simplification you don't understand, please ask me. Okay, you are not, if you are not able to complete now, take a picture. Make sure you write it later. The next one, the fifth one. Two parallel sides of a trapezium are 60 centimeters and 77 centimeters, and the other sides are 25 centimeters and 26 centimeters. Find the area of the trapezium. I need to unshare my screen again. Who can tell me the sides of the parallelogram? I'm sure you've all, done the needed construction to divide the trapezium into a parallelogram and a triangle. Okay, let me start with this question. What is the formula to find the area of a trapezium?
Half into sum of the parallel sides into height, ma'am.
Into distance between them. Very good. Yeah. Now, what is that? What is this? What is that information which is not known, due to which we are not able to use a formula to find the area of the trapezium? We have a formula. We can use a formula, right? Why are we not using that in finding the area?
Ma'am, we don't know the distance between them, ma'am.
We do not know the distance between the parallel sides. Do we know the lengths of the parallel sides?
Yes, ma'am.
What are they?
60 and 77, ma'am.
Okay, so half 60 plus 77 into distance between them. So we are trying to do something to find the distance between the parallel sides. Okay, have we taken up this construction, dividing the trapezium into a parallelogram and a triangle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now tell me, others also kindly participate. You're busy working, don't want to share your answer. Okay, so what are the sides of the parallelogram? See, Kanishka is just holding back because she wants others also to take part. She's ready with the answer, but she's just waiting for her friends to take a chance to answer. Okay, Kanishka. What are the sides of the parallelogram?
Ma'am, I have rejoined the class. Can you tell me what question did you ask?
No. Yeah, okay. So I was asking about the sides of the parallelogram.
Can I answer, ma'am?
Yes, Kanishka, yes.
25, 60, 60 and 25, ma'am.
Correct. Opposite sides are equal. So the two adjacent sides are 60 and 25. 60 centimeters and 25 centimeters. Opposite sides are equal like in a rectangle. Okay. And what about the sides of the triangle?
26, 17 and 25, ma'am.
26, 17 and 25. Perfect. All right. Yes, Kanishka, have you finished the answer?
No, ma'am. Still want to do a little.
Okay, yeah, completed. No, I think I have to call out your names and, force you to answer.
Semi-perimeter study, ma'am.
Pratiksha, are you able to answer this question, Pratiksha?
S is equal to 34, ma'am.
S is equal to 34. Let me see. Yes, you're right, Pratiksha. S is 34. Find out the area of the triangle and be the first to answer. What is the area of the triangle? Yeah, what's the area of the triangle? Tarun, are you there?
Ma'am, is it 204?
Pratiksha, is it? Is it Pratiksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 204. Perfect, Pratiksha. Very good. Yes, go ahead. Tell me the altitude of the triangle. Yes, children, what is the height of the triangle? Or the distance between the parallel sides of the trapezium?
Ma'am, height is equal to 204 into 2 divided by 17, no, ma'am?
Correct, correct. 17.
4, ma'am.
What is it?
24.
Very good. Good, Pratiksha. Yes. Now find the area of the trapezium. Very good. Kanishka, Pratiksha, and Hitesh are active in today's class. Area of
Ma'am,
trapezium is, yes,
ma'am, 170604.
1704. Guess some multiplication mistake. What is that you have in the earlier step, Pratiksha?
Ma'am, the area is equal to 1644.
1644 is right. Yes. Very good, Pratiksha. 1644. Area of trapezium is equal to 1644. And now it's time to share the screen. Arav, Arav, can you hear me? Vasudevan. No reply. All right. So children, the construction is through B, draw BE parallel to AD. Now ABED is a parallelogram because already we have AB parallel to DE because it's the trapezium, opposite side the parallel. Now by construction, AD is parallel to BE. So this is a parallelogram. This is a triangle. BEC is a triangle. Now in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So AB 60, this is 60. See, this is a shorter side, children. AB, by this figure, AB is the shorter side and DC is the longer side. You can see it here. DC is longer than AB. So make sure you mark 60 here and 77 here. AB 60, CD 77. The parallel sides are 60 and 77. Parallel sides are 60 and 77. So the shorter one is 60, the longer one is 77. Now in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So when this is 60, this is also 60. This is 25, this is also 25. Or if you have marked 26 here, this will be 26. If you have marked 26 here, this will be 26 and this will be 25. If you have marked 26 here, that's also correct. 26, then this will be 26. This will be 26 and this will be 25. Okay, so now the whole thing is 77, but this is 60. So the remaining part EC will be 17. 77 minus 60 is 17. Find the area of the triangle using Heron's formula. Find the area of the triangle using Heron's formula. 204. Half base into height is equal to 204. Take the base EC, measure 17 centimeters. So EC is 17. Use the base as 17 and find BF, the corresponding altitude. And then the formula to find the area of a trapezium. Non-parallel sides can be marked. It can be marked 26 here and 25 here, or 25 here and 26 here. Make sure you mark the shorter side as 60 and the longer one as 77. This is the construction. BE parallel to AD is the construction. So this is the parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal. 60, 60. And this is 25. So this is also 25. Now this triangle, this is 25. This is 26. This portion EC will be full thing 77 minus 60, 17. All right. Work the third one on this paper. In fact, we'll be working 3, 4, and 5. We'll be working 3, 4, and 5 from this paper. Let's take the
Ma'am,
third one first. Yes.
do you want to do the third sum, ma'am?
Yeah. Do the third one now. Yes. Write the question and work the third one now. Now in the question you're asked to find the length of the shortest altitude. Remember that the shortest, see, a triangle has three altitudes. Altitudes are line segments from the vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. Altitudes are line segments from a vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. So there can be three altitudes in a triangle. Every triangle has three altitudes. Which is the shortest altitude? The one that falls on the longest side. And the longest altitude is the one that falls on the shortest side. A triangle has three altitudes. You can draw three altitudes in a triangle. Altitude is a line segment from a vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. Now, of these three altitudes, which will be the shortest, which will be the longest? If the altitude that falls on the shortest side, if that is the shortest side of the triangle, the altitude on that shortest side will be the longest altitude. And the altitude that falls on the longest side will be the shortest altitude in the triangle. So in an equilateral triangle where all the three sides are equal, all the three altitudes also will be equal in length. In an equilateral triangle, where all the three sides are equal, three altitudes also will be equal. When the three sides are equal, the three altitudes, the lengths of the altitudes will be different, meaning it will not be the same value as the sides of the triangle. It will be smaller than the side of the triangle. The three altitudes will have the same measure. But in a scalene triangle, the three altitudes will have different lengths. The shortest altitude falls on the longest side. The longest altitude falls on the shortest side. I think with this information, you can work the third one. Find the length of the shortest altitude. So you must take the longest side as the base, which is the longest side, 16 centimeters. So that means you must find the altitude corresponding to 16 centimeters. You must find the altitude corresponding to the side 16 centimeters because 16 centimeters is the longest side. The altitude on that will be the shortest. Good.
Ma'am, is it 15 root 7 by 4, ma'am?
52 7 by 4. What is that? The area of the triangle?
15 root 7 by 4, ma'am.
15 root 7 by 4 is the length of the altitude, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
15 root 7 by 4. Let me check.
I also got the same, ma'am.
Pratiksha and Kanishka. Kanishka, right?
I said the answer, ma'am.
Okay.
Kanishka.
Okay. 15 7 by 4. Let me check. Yes, 15 root 7 by 4. Perfect, girls. Kanishka and Pratiksha. Very good. 15 root 7 by 4. What's the semi-perimeter?
21, ma'am.
What about the area?
30 root 7.
30 root 7, ma'am.
30 root 7 centimeter square. And area is equal to half base into height, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Which one do we take as the base?
16, ma'am.
16. Because we have to find the shortest altitude. So you must take the longest side as the base. 11, 15, 16. So 16 is the longest side. Okay, fine. The answer. Yes, children. So first we need to find the semi-perimeter, then the area. Since we have to find the shortest altitude, area is 30 root 7. Half base into height is equal to 30 root 7. Shortest altitude. So you need to find the altitude. You need to find h. See, you need to find the shortest altitude. That means you'll have to find h. So which one to take as the base? Because you'll have to find the shortest altitude, should take the longest side as the base. So take the base as 16. When you take the base as 16, the longest side as the base, you will get the length of the shortest altitude of the triangle. Is the fourth one, children? Well, the fourth one. Name the two triangles you have in the figure. Like you can name it using the terms, say isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, obtuse triangle, right triangle. Yeah, so use these terms. And tell me the two triangles the quadrilateral is made up of. The quadrilateral is made up of two types of triangles. Name them.
Right
Ma'am,
angle triangle and equilateral triangle, ma'am.
Very good. That means that shows you got your figure right. Yes, the quadrilateral is made up of two triangles, one right and one equilateral triangle. Very good. So how do we find the area of the right triangle?
half into base height, ma'am.
Half base into height.
Heron's
Half base into height will do the job. Yeah. Okay.
half into base and height.
Half base into height. We'll take lesser time to work that, you know. We'll not do Heron's formula. So half base into height. And what about equilateral triangle? How do we find the area? You can use Heron's formula. You'll get the same answer. But what's a simpler way of getting it?
Root 3 by 4a.
Root 3 by 4a square. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have to find the areas of these two triangles and get the area of the quadrilateral ABCD. There is Ananya, Deepika, Hitesh, Kanishka, Arav, Vasudevan, Nikita, Pratiksha, Pranav, Satvika, Shivani, and Tarun. But why only two of them are talking? I don't know. What are the others doing? Ananya? Raise your hands, children. Use the emoji. Raise your hands. Raise your hand. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Okay, so all of us are at work, at the desk, at work, but why no participation? Okay. In a class like this, in a virtual class like this, you feel engaged and connected only when you participate, children. I'm scared it shouldn't become boring for you. I should ensure a dialogue throughout the class. It shouldn't be a monologue. It shouldn't be that I'm just talking, and, you know, at all times, there should be a dialogue. Okay, so when I'm explaining something new, I'm saying something. At other times, I've been asking you to participate. It's okay if your answer is correct or wrong. Don't worry about that. We cannot always be right. If you give out an answer and it's incorrect, there you get the chance to correct yourself. You realize your mistake and you correct yourself. So next time you'll try to be more prepared for the test, or you'll try to be more careful while working the answer. You actually improve with every mistake you make. And when you don't participate, when you're reluctant to give out the answer, thinking that it is incorrect, you are just, missing an opportunity to improve. Every mistake you make is a stepping stone towards success. People who are always right, see, I'm not saying with respect to this class, in general. It's not that people who are right only can be successful. People who make most mistakes also can be very successful because you've been learning from your mistakes. So you're depriving yourself of that opportunity. Make a mistake. Learn from your mistake. Now this is simple one. I want somebody other than Hitesh, Kanishka, Pratiksha to answer this. Please tell me the area of triangle, area of the right triangle. What is the area of the right triangle? What's the area of the right triangle? Okay, somebody answer. What's the area of the right triangle? Okay, I meant whoever's finished can answer. I'm not getting an answer from the others. Yes, what is the area of the right triangle?
120.
120 centimeters square. And the area of the equilateral triangle?
One second, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is it 338?
No, I don't have that answer.
Ma'am, I got 169/3, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what even I have. Yes. This is the figure.
292.37.
Yes. What's the value of root 3 you have taken?
1.7.
Okay. That's right. This is the figure, children. It's given that angle BAD is 90 degrees. Angle BAD is 90 degrees. Angle BAD is 90 degrees. The question. ABCD is a quadrilateral. AD 24, BAD 90. BCD forms an equilateral triangle, each of whose side is equal to 26 centimeters. BCD is equilateral. BCD is equilateral. Now see, the quadrilateral is called ABCD. I'll tell you something. See, it's not the shape that matters. See, the quadrilateral is called ABCD. You can even draw a square, then you can adjust. I'll tell you. Listen to me. You can simply draw. You can just draw. You'll be like wondering, how do we identify that the quadrilateral should look like this? No, that's difficult. Simply draw a rectangle. Right? Just fill in the information and then you can change the shape of the quadrilateral. Please get me clearly. Now, simply draw a rectangle. Call it ABCD. You have to draw a quadrilateral ABCD. But how do we know the shape? So simply draw a rectangle or simply draw a square and fill in the given information. Fill in the given information. So you simply draw a a rectangle ABCD. Then don't mark all the corners. See, it's just a rough figure you're drawing. Now, in that figure, angle BAD is 90 degrees. So mark off that 90 degrees. Angle BAD. First draw a rectangle. Mark ABCD. Call the vertices ABCD. Then wherever you find angle BAD, mark it 90 degrees. And then fill the other information. It's given AD is 24, BD is, and then it's given that BCD is an equilateral triangle. So join BD. And it's an equilateral triangle. So 26, 26, 26. Now, having incorporated all the information given, now try to just give a different shape, because it's not a rectangle, right? It's a quadrilateral. Now just try to figure out the shape of the, see, the quadrilateral may not be exactly like this. It's just a rough figure. So my suggestion is, when it's a quadrilateral, simply draw a rectangle, mark ABCD, then read the question and fill all the information in the rectangle. Fill all the details. It's given AD is 24, mark 24. Then angle BAD is 90, mark 90. At BAD, mark 90. Then it's given BCD is equilateral. So that means you should join BD, BCD. So join BD. This is equilateral. All the sides are 26. So you have the figure there, right? Now just try to make, now that you have incorporated all the details in that rectangle, try to make a, just imagine and make a figure. So that will be the, with the help of the rough figure, make another figure. Like this. It need not be exactly like this. But you can get the feel of a right triangle here and an equilateral triangle here. You get that feel of a right triangle here. The right triangle, and this one is an equilateral triangle. See, again, I cannot say my rough figure is perfect, because 24 is this long. 26, I tried to make slight different, but I don't know this part, this 26, I don't know if it is, maybe a little shorter than 24 also. So it's a rough sketch, But then when you just look at this, you do feel this is an equilateral triangle and this is a right triangle. That's what it is. So equilateral triangle, root 3 by 4a square. Right triangle, half base into height, but you don't know the base. So find the base using Pythagoras theorem. You don't know the base, so find the base using Pythagoras theorem. And then half base into height for right triangle, root 3 by 4a square for equilateral. Add both to get the area of the quadrilateral. Now answer this question. In an isosceles right triangle, the term base refers to the dash.
What?
In an isosceles right triangle, the term base refers to which side?
Hypotenuse, ma'am.
Deepika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it refers to the hypotenuse. In an isosceles right triangle or a right isosceles triangle, the term base refers to the hypotenuse. Because in an isosceles triangle, this term base is not any of the equal sides. So in a right isosceles triangle, which two sides can be equal? Only the legs can be equal. Hypotenuse is the longest side. So only the legs can be equal. So in an isosceles right triangle, the legs are the equal sides. The sides that contain the right angle are the equal sides. which means the term base refers to the hypotenuse. So when the base of an isosceles right triangle is given, it is the hypotenuse. The other two sides are equal because it's isosceles right triangle. So the other two sides are equal. Legs are equal. So x, and say the hypotenuse is 30. The base is 30. So you can easily find x using Pythagoras theorem. X squared plus x squared is equal to 30 squared. X squared plus x squared is equal to 30 squared. Pythagoras theorem, and you can find x and find the area perimeter of the right triangle. We have done that in the class. Okay, do the fifth one. The perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 42 centimeters and its base is 3 by 2 times each of the equal sides. Find the length of each side and the area of the triangle.
Ma'am, can you explain the question again?
You're talking about the fifth one, Pratiksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the perimeter is given to us. Perimeter is 42 centimeters. That's one thing. And talking about the sides, since it's an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. The base is 3 by 2 is 1.5. The base is 1.5 times each of the equal sides. The base is 1.5 times each of the equal sides. So you'll have to assume in terms of x. You must assume something for the equal sides and the base and use the perimeter to find the length of the three sides.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, just think, see if you can get it. Otherwise, we'll see the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, looks like it's difficult to understand the question.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, is the area of the triangle is 27 square root of 7?
Yeah, right. 27 square root of 7. Yes. 27 root 7 centimeter square. Tell me, Deepika, what have you assumed for the sides?
Ma'am, they have said it's 3 by 2 times of each of the side, ma'am. So the base will be 3 by 2 x plus x will be equal to 42, ma'am.
Very good, very good. So you have called the equal sides as x centimeters each, and the base will be 3 by 2 into x, because 3
Yes,
by 2 times each of the equal sides. So 3 by 2 into x.
yes, ma'am.
Correct, correct. So what's the value of x you got?
Ma'am, x will be equal to 12, ma'am. So
12, and
the sides will be 12 centimeter, and 18 centimeter, ma'am.
very good, very good. Yes, you're right, Kanishka. Deepika, sorry. Let's see the answer. Here it is. The base is equal to 3 by 2 times, times meaning multiplication. Base is equal to 3 by 2 times. You can see it in the question, 3 by 2 times each of the equal sides. Meaning each equal side. 3 by 2 times multiplication, each equal side. So let equal side be x. Let each equal side, this is just to understand, no? So don't look for too much of English here. So each equal side, let it be x. So the base will be 3 by 2 into x, 3x by 2. 3 by 2 into x, 3x by 2. The base is 3x by 2. The base is 3, because it's given base is 3 by 2 times, times meaning multiplication. 3 by 2 times each equal side. So if each equal side is x, then base is 3 by 2 into x, which is 3x by 2. So these are the sides, equal sides, x and base 3x by 2. Perimeter is 42. So sum of the three sides is equal to 42. Perimeter is 42. That means when you add the three sides, the answer is 42. The sum of the three sides is 42. Because perimeter is the sum of the three sides of the triangle. So on working this, you find x. X is, one of the equal sides. Then 3x by 2 is 18. So these are the sides of the triangle. Heron's formula, area. All right. Try this question later. Take a picture of this question.
So, ma'am.
Yeah. Now this is the next question. What this one, children? What's the area of region 1? Let's leave it as a third, children. We just have 5 more minutes. What is the area of region 1? What are the sides? What are the measures of the sides of region 1? Children, what are the sides of the triangle marked 1? Why am I not audible?
Ma'am, I found two sides, ma'am. For
No.
first, can I say the two sides, ma'am?
Yeah, what are the two sides?
For first, it's 10 and 6, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am, I told.
it's a model aeroplane, right? So the other side also should be 10, right? 10, 10 and 6, is it not so?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It's marked 10 here, which means this is also 10.
Yes,
It's a
ma'am.
model aeroplane. Yeah, so this is 10, this is also 10. And this one is 6 because this is 6, this is 6, this is 6. Yeah. So you need to find the area of this triangle using Heron's formula, or you can use that formula to find the area of an isosceles triangle, which you just derived. Not just derived, the first question in today's test. You can use that formula 10, 10 and 6. So it will be base by 4. According to the formula, it will be base by 4. So 6 by 4 into square root of 4 times equal side square. So 4 into 10 square minus base square minus 6 square. No, if you're comfortable, if you want to memorize the formula, you can use that formula or use Heron's formula. That formula is base by 4, base 6 by 4 into square root of 4 times equal side square. So 4 into 10 square minus base square minus 6 square. Okay, that will give you the area of region 1, or you can use Heron's formula 10, 10 and 6. Now tell me what are
The semi-perimeter is 13, ma'am.
semi-perimeter?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
1, 3.
Yeah, children. Now tell me for region 2, what is the area? Tell me the area for region 2. What are the base and altitude of region 2?
Base is
Ma'am,
4
base,
and 12, ma'am.
base is 4 and height is 12.
Yeah, correct. Base is 4 and height is 12. So half base into height will give you the area of region 2. What will be the area of region 3?
20.
Same thing.
Yes, ma'am. The
Same one, ma'am.
Same as region 2. Area of region 2 and region 3 are the same. Half into 4 into 12. Okay. What about region 4? What is it?
Region 4
Ma'am,
length, ma'am, we are
length is 14, ma'am, and breadth is 6, ma'am.
Okay.
ma'am.
Hitesh also was trying to say that, right?
Yes, ma'am. 14
Yeah.
and 6.
14 and 6. 10 plus 4, 14. Because this is 10. From here to here, this is 10. And this is 4, 14. 14, 10 plus 4, 14. And 6. Region 4 is a rectangle. Region 1 is an isosceles triangle with sides 10, 10 and 6. Regions 2 and 3 are right triangles with base 4 and altitude 12. Region 4 is a rectangle with dimensions 6 and 10, 6 and 14, sorry, 14. 10 plus 4, 14 and 6. What about region 5?
Ma'am,
What is region 5? So there is one isosceles
trapezium, ma'am.
triangle. Yeah, there is one isosceles triangle. There are 2 right triangles. There is one rectangle. And what is this? It is an
Trapezium.
trapezium. And have you heard of an isosceles trapezium?
No, ma'am.
Okay, an isosceles trapezium is one in which the non-parallel sides are equal. When the non-parallel, because now this is a model airplane, right? So the length of this side and this side will be the same. The length of this side and this side will be the same. It's a model airplane. This one will be the same as this one. Now this is a trapezium. These are the parallel sides. These are the parallel sides. What are the measures of the parallel sides? What are the measures of the parallel sides? What are the measures of the parallel sides?
6 and 10, ma'am.
6 and 10. 6 and 10. Now this is an isosceles trapezium. Yeah, non-parallel sides will be equal. Just for your information, this is an isosceles trapezium because the non-parallel sides, this side and this side, they'll be equal. These two sides will be equal. Okay, now can you see 4 marked here between the parallel sides? 4,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you see? What
Yes,
is that?
ma'am.
What is 4?
Height, ma'am. The distance between them.
Height, ma'am.
It's the distance between the parallel sides. It's a distance between the parallel sides. So how will you find the area of the trapezium? That is region 5.
Half into sum of the parallel sides into the distance between them.
Yeah. So half into, substitute the values and tell me half into.
16 into 4, ma'am.
16 into 4. Half into 10 plus 6 into 4. That's it. All right, complete this, children. Since it's time, I just discuss the answer straight away. I have found the area of region 1 using the formula, children. Okay. You can use Heron's formula. You use Heron's formula. I've used the formula to find the area of the isosceles triangle. You can use Heron's formula.
When I used Heron's formula, I got 3 root 91, ma'am, but I haven't substituted it.
Okay. Now this value actually will be given to you in the question. Otherwise, you should leave it as 3 root 91. You should leave
also got 3 root 91.
Yeah, you can leave as 3 root 91. The value of root 91 should be given in the question. Only then you can substitute and get the decimal value. I simply used the calculator and got the decimal value. You can, as students, you can leave it at 3 root 91. You don't have to substitute the value of root 91 unless it is given to you, provided to you in the question. If it is given, use it. If it is not given, leave it like this, 3 root 91. Okay, so you can see the area of region 2, region 3, region 4, and region 5 here. All right, I hope you took a picture. Please complete this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just a
Yes,
minute.
ma'am.
Yes, children, just a minute. I've just compiled the questions for you. These we have worked in the class. Take a picture, children. I've just compiled the questions for you. Take a picture.
Took, ma'am.
Yes, we worked all this, children. We worked most of it. Let me be safe. We've worked most of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Take a picture.
Took, ma'am.
All right. This one also.
Yes, ma'am.
Took, ma'am.
Ma'am.
All right, children. All of you, should I show you the slides again? Let me come from the beginning. This is the first one. Second one. Third one. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please stay back. Else you may leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.